Alright, back at it. Today I'm working on trying to get the air bled out of the cooling system, which has been fun. Making sure my thermostat opens. Testing my temp sensor here. It's my automatic sensor for the fan, so it should kick on at 200. Just for this fan right now. And then I'm going to have the manual switch for the other fan. So, I guess see what happens here. I'm going to try to fire up. Nudge the timing back just a smidge, or advance the timing just a smidge. See if that helps with cooling and the dieseling. Not getting fuel yet. Third time's a charm. How about meow? So now I'm starting to pull fuel into the bowl. I also have my choke wired open for the most part, so it's got to warm up a little bit. so that's better. Got, aside from burning myself trying to hold this stupid ass bottle, ghetto Mountain Dew bottle burping system, I've got coolant going through the hoses. Looks like I got the air pretty good. Still sitting messing with the carb, but the fan did kick on at 195 like it's supposed to, so that was good. Little coolant mess here and there. I mean water, just straight water all over. But yeah, and that little nudge in the timing seemed to have stopped the diesel when it shut off, so that's a bonus. So I'll have to, you know, wire the relay basically for this fan. I just hood rat it up in here with some extra wires, and then, you know, got the vice grip clamp on the battery for the ground. But yeah, aside from, you know, trying to scald myself with boiling water, see if it starts right back up again. I'll find out. Temp was sitting right at 185. Well, that makes me happy. Fan's working. No dieseling. They haven't checked the total timing yet, which it's got to be. I got to cap off the vacuum and all that, but I'll get to it. Still got to hook my tack up. Apparently, I don't have that wire hooked up in the dash there somewhere. I know I've got a connection, just don't know where the hell the cable is. But if you see my dash right now, it totally makes sense. Like, here's down in the dash behind it, and then I've been using these connectors that I got from Amazon, these weatherproof connectors, and making quick connects for all the gauges in the dash. That way, you know, if I need to pull something out in there, I need to pull the dash out, I don't have to be clipping cables and everything. And then it's got the little ratchet crimper. They work pretty nice. So I think it were like 25, maybe 30 bucks or something for the set. And it's I don't know how many connectors are in here. A lot. Quite a few. But once you get the hang of it, you know, you gotta mess with it a bit until you get it figured out. But once you get the hang of it, they're pretty easy. Then I've got my fan relay here just rigged up temporarily, but it works, so that's great. I'm gonna have my other switches here that goes in the dash for the torque converter lock and the fan. But yeah, overall, seems to be working good. Still don't have a fuel tank. I mean, I have one in the box right here, but I don't have one installed in the car. So it's the 2-gallon safety can there. Plus, if anything goes, you know, sideways. With this can, I can just yank out the hose and cut off the fuel supply. So, yeah, good deal. I need to fix up a few things, like because the way this alternator bracket sits on here and the way this mount is, it kind of, when you tighten it up, it kind of twists the alternator a little bit, so it's off just a hair. So if I put a spacer down there, I should take care of that issue. But yeah, fires right up. I'm gonna lock down that distributor, and see my little overflow can down here. I don't know if it's overflowing. I don't want to open it right now because it's hot. All right, I keep messing around, testing tune. So to get all that straight, I need to bleed the air out of my power steering pump. But I see everything's good with that. No leaks there. Filled it with fluid. And at some point, I need to put the exhaust on here. I have a dual exhaust kit that I got Black Friday sale. It was like header back minus the exhaust pipes for an A body, and I think it was $190 on sale. But of course, as soon as I ordered it, then they're like, "Oh, it's on back order from November till I got them." They shipped out February or March. The funny thing was, if I paid the extra $100, the regular price on them, they were in stock. But the one I ordered, the exact same one, was somehow back ordered. Figure that one out. All right, well, that's all my testing at the moment. And keep watching. We'll keep this project moving along. I got a whole lot more to do. I got to tighten up, tidy up everything in here. Get my other fan hooked up, so which I might actually put the big fan on the automatic sensor and just leave the little one for manual. But we'll mess with that later. It's working. It cooled it down. Like sitting here at idle, it was at 200. As soon as at 200 it hit, the fan kicked on, brought it back down to about 185, and it's doing its job. Also got to hook up, I got headlights, which I need to get new headlights anyway, but this is my test headlight for my circuit. Just if I need to test the circuit real quick, I just hook that headlight up and I'll hit a switch or whatever, knock the headlight on. Interior is a lot. I still got a lot of wiring to do. I'd say I'm not a lot. I'm like 3/4 of the way through the wiring. And then finishing up my shifter, get rid of that column shift, put the switches in the dash there. Got this wired up, get my tack working. Seat mounts, which my seat mounts I just made brackets out of angle iron. And of course the interior, I've got power door locks that I can't use right now because there's something screwed up. These door latches need to be replaced, and I'm not looking forward to it. But if you lock this thing, it's not coming unlocked. You just got to fight with it and shake the lock up and down and kick the hell out of the door and hope the door opens, because it gets caught up. It's hooked on latch, and I've gotten stuck in there. I've gotten stuck in the driver's side where I had to crawl out the passenger side before because I locked the door messing with those, trying to install my automatic or remote door locks. So I'm probably going to have to replace these latches. That's all there is to it, and the locks. But what I expect for a 50-year-old car, I can relate. I'm falling apart too, so I understand. All right, well, on that, I guess keep tuning in for more. I've got these Dynomax mufflers that I need to put on. The turbo mufflers are like $60 a piece. And then I've got my wiring for my tail lights, all that good stuff. Work in progress. Keeps me out of trouble, I guess. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and be sure and like and subscribe. I know everybody says that, but it really does help. I actually broke the 100 subscribers mark finally, so I really appreciate y'all subscribing, and see you next episode.